Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Michelle, good evening. Pascal, girl with goals, jabbed him. Continuous growth. Mo, Spesh. It's good, everybody. Ken, Kyle. Who else we got here? Abel, Edwin, AP, Nah, jabbed him. Brian, Scapegoat, Gab. Raya, Mr. Walcott, Mike. It's good, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend, first and foremost. Number two, let's have a great week ahead, man. Hopefully everybody, like I said, had a great weekend. Hopefully we all have a great week this week, going into middle of August here. And it's been interesting so far. It's been very interesting so far, and we're going to talk about some stuff we don't usually talk about tonight in terms of seasonality. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Let's see. Let me fix this. Yeah, we do have some very, very nice setups. Very, very nice setups. Let me see. Ba-da-ba-ba. Loving it. Appreciate that, C-Dub. Game Boy Toppy, what's good, brother? Jimmy, Adam, Money Forbes, Shay, what's good, man? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. For anybody that's new here, welcome. For anybody that attends regularly, appreciate all of you guys' support. Whether you're new, come every week. Appreciate all of you guys, man. Let's go ahead and get this thing crack-a-lacking. Let's go ahead and get this thing crack-a-lacking, man. Let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing going. Let me see. What's that? That's 673. Alrighty. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fix this. Fix that. Make this bigger for you guys. And we are good to go. Nurse of Wall Street. Hey, how you doing? Turbo. Sean, Antonio, Wagerfi, Akeem, Gab. What's good, everybody? Alrighty, here we are, guys. As always, first things first, we're going to go over the economic calendar for the week ahead. And we got a pretty interesting week. Monday, which would be August 11th tomorrow, no important data. But, Tuesday, very important. CPI. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a very, 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 very big data point for the market. You guys know that. So Tuesday is going to be a very important day for us. Wednesday, we're good to go. Nothing of importance there. Thursday, August 14th, we have our usual jobless claims along with PPI at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, with that being said, Tuesday the 12th and August 14th, which is a Thursday, are going to be the biggest days this week in terms of economic data. Friday, we have a pretty jam-packed day here, but nothing really extravagant, right? We have retail sales at 8:30, and then we have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. Those are the really only two important data points on Friday. I know there's a lot of stuff in between here, but those are only really two important data points we have on Friday. So just a quick recap for you guys. Tuesday, very big day on the economic data side with CPI at 8:30. Thursday, PPI and jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. And then Friday, we have retail sales and consumer sentiment. And that's what we got to look forward to this week for economic data. Now, the important stuff. Let's get into the charts. Very important stuff here. Very important stuff. Before we do, kind of want to take a little detour, right? I want to take a little detour, and I want to come over here. This is the seasonality for QQQ over the past 26 years. Okay, we're coming off of July, right? Over the past 26 years, July has been one of the best months, along with November. If you notice here, right, we are heading into two of the worst months over the past 26 years. September being one of the worst, February being the worst, and then we have August also being one of the worst. Now, why is this important? Well, September, we have a very important FOMC meeting where rates are finally supposed to be cut. We're supposed to get that chop, 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 chop. Now, my personal opinion, I'm going to say this with a neutral mindset, no bias. September's going to be ugly. I'm going to say that this rules as it has over the past 26 years, and September is ugly. And if that's the case, it would make sense for the October pullback and then the November rip. That's my personal opinion here on Qs. All right? Now, does that hold any weight? I mean, who knows, to be honest, right? Who knows? Now, moving on to SPY here, right? Let's go ahead and move over to SPY. Take a look as well. Again, August, fairly decent, but September is historically the worst month ever for the past 26 years for SPY. Again, we just spoke about what was happening in September, or supposed to happen. This is scary, right? This is definitely scary. Definitely scary here. All right? I just want to point this out. By any means, I'm not bearish, but we definitely need to pay attention to what's happened over the past 26 years. Anyway, let's get into the charts here, you guys. As always, hold on. Gold is, wow. Gold is wow. Hold on a second here. Gold is wow. We got a lot on our plate here. I want to take a look at this for a second because this was the setup I was watching. We just broke this demand here. Next big demand is down to 3,400. That's a 40-point move lower. This is big. This is very big. This is very, very big. I'm not sure how to interpret this at the moment, but this is very, very, very big. What's NQ doing? NQ's also rejecting here, which is fairly interesting. So, with that being said, let's take a look at gold for a moment before we get started. That was a pretty big move down right there. I mean, that's a 13-point move. That's pretty hefty. That's pretty hefty in itself. That's pretty hefty in itself. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, we'll put this on the back burner. We're not gonna sweat this right now. We'll put that on the back burner. I do love this though. I do. We just broke this uptrend. This is very very tempting to say the least. This is very, very tempting. Very, very tempting. Very, very tempting. Anyway, all right, I don't want to spend too much time here. I'm starting to fall in love with that chart, and then I'll end up not doing anything tonight. All right, here we go. Monthly on NQ. I mean, bullish, right? Extremely bullish. We've all been aware of that for some time now. I mean, the level was very clear last week's session, which was that 22,800, which was those previous all-time highs. Came back, got that retest perfectly. Here we are approaching those previous all-time highs, right? Last week, I mean, we had a beautiful read on the market. We were on the right side of the market pretty much all week. So I was very excited about that. But, I mean, you look at this chart just as I'm looking at it, and it's bullish as bullish gets, right? There's not much else you can say about that other than this is bullish as fact, right? So that's pretty much all I got to say here from a monthly standpoint is still very bullish, right? Weekly chart, I mean, this is bullish as bullish gets, right? We came down, retested that demand, perfect break and retest, very weak closure, instantly bought up and almost engulfed. I mean, that's the best sign of strength you can get. Now, my concern here is this daily chart, right? Concern is we're back at these highs. Back at these highs in the CPI. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but it would be nice to see a little pullback here before we go break, right? And I say that for the health of the trend. Like, yes, this was a technical pullback, but I don't think that was enough, right? But at the end of the day, it probably was, to be honest. That was a big level, right? I mean, you guys can see this was just a picture-perfect break and retest by all means. So it definitely could have been enough. Definitely could have been enough. I mean, we're still bullish. I'm not saying we're not bullish, but yeah. So it's definitely a little tricky, to say the least. Definitely a little tricky. What I want to talk about here is the very important levels on NQ. One being 23,655. Two being all-time highs. Now, there is levels in between here. I'll break those down in a second. But my game plan this week on NQ, right? If we're above 23,655, 650, we'll say, this is my bullish level to hold, right? If we're above that, bullish. Very simple. If we break all-time highs, extremely bullish. Very simple. Now, what I want to talk about is a little bit more complex setup, right? And it is going to involve a break and failure of all-time highs, 23,850 for a short, or it's going to involve a failure below, and then we break and hold below 23,655 and get that nice short. But again, 23,655, we're above it, bullish, that's simple. Outside of that, I mean, there's not really much we can do up here, right? We're back at all-time highs. So this is the type of area where I really don't perform well. So me personally, I'll probably just be super patient. I mean, look at the dip, right? We had a very aggressive 4% pullback that was instantly bought up and within a week. So bulls are live and direct. I don't see them going anywhere as of this moment. But if we get a catalyst, that could shift things. But as of now, this chart's still very bullish. Watch that 23,650 for a pullback, or watch that all-time high breakout. If you're interested in shorts, it needs to be back below that 23,650, which would be a failure of that previous structure, and that's where we could see that 23,500, potentially that 23,350 again. So that's the game plan there. ES, I like a little bit more because how clean the levels are. Identical chart here, beautiful break and retest of those previous all-time highs. So this chart is still very bullish. Weekly chart, beautiful pullback here. Daily chart, extremely beautiful pullback. Pretty much got bought up instantly. So we're bullish across the board here. But what I want to talk about with ES is this level right here. This was the structure from last week's session. This is the pivot, 64.30. Very simple here for me, right? If we can get a break and hold above it, that is my top long watch back into those all-time highs. That's pretty much the only thing I'm watching here, right? Watching that break and hold, 64.25, all-time highs, 64.70. Now, I do have another watch here, which is, hey, if we break 64.25, get back below it, and start to get weak, that would be a great short back down into 6,400, potentially even this demand here at 63.35. So my decision making to this week on ES is going to be based off this 64.25 pretty much. And that's really all I got here, right? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, this is either going to be a new higher low, and we're going to break all-time highs, or we're going to form a lower high below those all-time highs, and we're going to come down and retest those lows. So, like I said, This is the big limbo, right? This is the big limbo. Where do we go from here? We've seen the dip was bought, but okay, that's cool. Do we continue trading higher is the big question, because now we are back into that major all-time high supply. Overall structure, still very bullish, but, you know, we have to kind of just be patient, right? Gold, let me see. Yeah, see? We just wicked and reclaimed. It's not ideal. YM. This is a chart that's been lagging. I don't really know how to feel about this. You know what I mean? Like, it's been lagging tremendously. Major supply rejection, 45, 235. New supply here at 44,610. Major demand, 43,500. I mean, if you're looking to trade YM, which I do think there could be value here, it would have to be above 44,610 for longs, or it would have to be below 43,500 for shorts. Outside of that, I don't have any interest in this chart. RTY, pretty much same thing, right? I mean, if you look at this daily chart, it's pretty defined. You know, we have a little rally base here. It's a little cleaner, actually, on the 4-hour here. You could see we have, obviously, the rally, and now we have that base. So, I mean, this RTY chart could provide a lot of value to us under two conditions, which is, one, we pull back, hold that daily 200 for a long, or we get above 22.55 for a long back into these highs at 2300. That's pretty much what I would be watching here. Could you argue and say, hey, if we, you know, fail at the top of this base, right? Let's say we do something like this. Attempt to break, fail, get weak, back below 2200. That could be a fucking excellent short. And the more I look at it, the more I like it. So if we do get something like that, or even a break and hold below 2200, I definitely would be interested in that short back below that daily 200 in the bottom of this base. So, yeah, I mean, the more I look at this chart, the more I like it, to be honest. Big level 2200, big level here 2250. I mean, it's very simple, right? So if you want to trade this, you're looking for a sweep for longs, sweep for shorts, or you're looking for that continuation breakout or that continuation breakdown. I mean, so this is definitely a chart I would actually keep on watch. I already have my alerts set, but the more I look at it, the more I like it here, actually. The more I like it here. I mean, it's eventually going to break this consolidation. You know, we've been in it, so I don't even know how long we've been in this fucker. 5 years. It's going to break eventually. I mean, a chart like this, it's really hard to love, obviously, because of this movement. But I could see a nice, you know, rip to the upside or rip to the downside if we break this base. So I would definitely keep this on watch. Silver, I mean, this is still bullish, guys, right? We swung this the first time right here. I mean, we held that demand again. Honestly, this looks good for a swing. Long as we're above that 36, I would consider this a very bullish chart still, considering we haven't been above this level since 2013. So anybody that likes trading silver, I mean, this is your level, you know? That was actually a good trade last week where we held and ripped. But, yeah, that's your level. Long as we're above 36 on silver, this is bullish. Gold, I'm not gonna lie, gold has just been fucking too flippy-floppy for me, man. Like, this range right here, I'm probably not gonna trade in it anymore. It's too much for my mental. Like, these ranges are just too much. Like, look at it. You know what I mean? Like, super aggressive, hold, rip. Super aggressive rip, immediately sell off, immediately rip, immediately sell off. These moves are just too aggressive for me. It's hard for me to switch like that. Like, after a move, say for example like this, I'm looking for pullback longs, right? But knowing gold, we're probably gonna sell off, right? So, I mean, it's too much for me. I can't move with gold. I can't. It's just not good, because the moves are just too what do you say? Too sporadic, right? Like, the moves are just insane, right? You'll see a fucking 100-point rip. Logically, right? You're looking for a pullback long, and then that ends up turning into a full-blown reversal. And then we get that nice weakness. You start looking for shorts. Next thing you know, we're back at highs. It's just too fucking wonky. It's too wonky for me. So me personally with gold, I mean, this level is clear as fucking day, right? 33, 35, 35. That's clear as day. I mean, this supply is clear as day. So if anything, I would be more bearish here on gold based off the chart, right? I mean, we're making higher lows, but it's very clear here we're not making higher highs. So if anything, I'd be more bearish here on gold than anything. I mean, it's just so tricky though, man. That the moves are so fucking wonky that it's too much. I mean, look at this, right? Rip from 33.20 to 3,500, right? Beautiful uptrend, and then look what happens. We just immediately die off. Like, you're not getting, I'm not getting what I need here on this chart. But if you're a gold trader, major level 35, 34, major level 3,300. Mark my words though. If we get outside of one of these levels, this is the A+ generational wealth setup. So if we do get a break of one of these levels, sure, by all means, I'll be front and center trading gold. But until then, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Oil, I really don't have much to say here besides we're in demand. Big demand here on the oil, 61.5, 62.5. It's not really much else to say about this. I mean, this chart has also just been in a fucking absolute disgusting consolidation. Platinum, I mean, this could have value, right? This could have value. Major upside move here. We're starting to get a pullback. So I would say if this demand holds here, we could look for that continuation. But again, I'm not very familiar with this. So I personally haven't traded it. I just kind of been watching it, but we'll keep it on watch. Copper, I kind of just keep an eye on this for FOMO. Like that one day we were trading, I'll never forget this, to be honest. One day we were trading, I came and looked at this chart, and I don't think you guys understand this, right? This is a 26% move on copper. If you were short right here, you would have made $40,000 on one contract. If you would have had 5 contracts up here, you would have made $200,000 in a matter of 1 minute. Or you would have lost it, one of the two. So me personally, I don't trade copper, but I just honestly watch it. The way it moves is absolutely insane. Like it's just fucking, like it's literally insane. You'll just get like sideways action, and then randomly news will come out, and you either get fucked or you do the fucking. So, you know, I'm not interested in that type of trading, but if you are, by all means, copper's for you. Let me see. SPY QQQ, you guys know I stopped covering these at night because obviously futures move overnight, so we'll cover that in the morning when we're on Zoom. Side note though, I'm loving this NQ and this ES long. We're really starting to build nicely into this level. If we break tonight, just go long, right? If we break tonight, we hold, just go long, use this low as a stop, 64.10, and just hold into the morning. That would be my take, right? That would be my take. NQ breaks 23,750, just go long and hold. We get that pullback here, we hold, just go long and hold, right? That simple. Let me see, individual names. Let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Individual names. Apple. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very upset with myself with Apple because we had been watching this fucking 216 level for literally 2 months. And I missed this trade. I missed it. Even more frustrating, I know you guys remember this. I was watching the earliest breakout possible. We were watching Apple longs right here. I should have swung it above 216. I didn't swing it above 216. I didn't trade it Friday. I'm a little pissed at myself the way I handled that. But anyway, it's a beautiful chart. Nice bullish engulfing closed here through last week's session. Nice rising volume. I feel like this move is just beginning, right? We got that macro structure break, 216. Levels are clear as day here. Major level being that 225. Next level being 216, 220. I mean, this chart is very simple, right? Long as we're above 216, simply just watch the dip. 225, higher risk entry. 220, 215 for a much safer entry, which you can build some serious size into this area. So game plan on Apple, buy the dip. Very simple. Google, also a very similar chart. Trading View, hello. Very similar chart here on Google. We're attempting to fill the rest of this gap here, which is kind of my focus for this week, which is around that 204 level. So going into this week, I really want to keep an eye on Google. This is pretty much an identical structure to Apple in that 216 level, which this level is 198. You could just see the significance and how strong this level is here. So game plan here on Google, watch that pullback 200, 198. I would consider this a very high probability setup. So if we can get that pullback, that's a top watch for a long. Or if we continue ripping, I'm looking for that continuation above 202.50 back into 207. So this would be my A+ setup on the week if we can hold these levels here on Google. Next, we have Netflix. I usually don't trade this often, but I can't lie. This is a clean-ass setup. Weekly chart here. We got a very nice pullback into this demand. As you guys can see, got a beautiful bullish engulfing through last week's session. Look on the daily here. We just reclaimed that massive structure. absolutely love this Netflix chart. What I'm essentially looking for here is a pullback into this demand, 1200, 1190. This is the area I'm watching for a pullback long. Or if we can get above Friday's highs, which is about 1215, look for that continuation and a 1236 at the next structure. I mean, above that, it's squeeze city. So a lot of upside potential here on Netflix. I usually don't trade this with you guys because of how expensive it is. But this week, if we get the opportunity, I'm going to slam Netflix for show. So definitely keep this on watch. Meta. This is kind of my open-ended setup. What was it, last week or the previous week? Meta had earnings, and we cracked these all-time highs. I mean, this is clear as day, right? Clear as day. What I want to watch here, previous structure. 750. There's two ways we can trade this. We can look for that break and hold below 760 into 750 for a higher risk short, and then watch this area for a demand bounce, or you can just simply be patient and wait for that demand bounce. That's my number one watch here. Number two is above these highs on Meta. I think we can squeeze into 800 easily if we can get above that 780. This is also a very, very top watch of mine for this week ahead. Crypto, we'll go ahead and cover as well. I don't like covering crypto because it pisses me off that you guys don't buy the dip. I'm going to be honest with you. It pisses me off you guys don't buy the dip. I sit here and talk to you guys till I'm blue in the face on crypto, and you haven't bought the dip over the years. It pisses me off. You guys hit me up always after we're fucking at our take profit. Hey, can I get in now? And it just pisses me off. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm being very honest with you. Matter of fact, we'll go over crypto right now. Turbo's going crazy, by the way. I mean, do I need to say more about this chart? I told you guys to buy the dip right here. And I want you guys to be honest. Who bought the dip? Who bought the dip? If you didn't buy the dip, you hate money. I mean, that's all I got to say to you. It's not expensive. See? That's the wrong mindset. T-miles right there. What is so expensive about this? I'm going to show you why this is not expensive. That's a 200% move from our entry. Okay? That's a 200% move from our entry. Is anything expensive about 200%? Doesn't matter whether you entered with $10. You made 200%. Doesn't matter if you spent 200K like I did. That's 200%. It doesn't matter if you put in $1 million. That's 200%. Doesn't matter if you put in $1. That's 200%. There's no such thing as it being expensive. Right? Return on investment. You guys know this. You guys that have watched me over the years, what have I always said about Ethereum? Right? I've been trading Ethereum for 6 or 7 years now. Over the 6 or 7 years, I've noticed one thing. It's a late bloomer. I've said this from day one. What always happens, Bitcoin rips, altcoin rips, everybody's like, oh man, fuck Ethereum, fuck Ethereum, fuck Ethereum. Everybody holds their Ethereum bags. They end up selling for a loss. I'm not buying Ethereum. It's relatively weak. It's not moving with the market. And next thing you know, a massive explosion. And if you look at the chart, it's the same thing. Look over here. Same thing here, 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 here. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and talk about it too much, but I do my best for you guys, right? I want you guys to make money. Like, when you tune into these lives, I literally showed you me buying crypto, right? I put my money where my mouth is, right? I'm personally up 600,000 right now on Ethereum. Less than 4 months. Let me see. 3 months to be exact. I kept that 200K, right? Let's say I kept that 200K in my bank, right? I made, at 4%, what did I make? That would be fucking $1,000 a month or something. So I would have made 3K if I kept that in my bank. But instead, I used Ethereum as my bank, and I was risking the $1,000 level, right? So I risked about 40K on this trade to make 400K. I mean, guys, I've said this forever, right? When it comes to crypto and equity, just buy. There's nothing to worry about. Create a separate account, press buy, forget about it, right? Forget about it. Forget about it, right? And everybody thought I was fucking crazy, right? We were down here at 1,500. I said Ethereum is going to be 4,000 before the year's over. Nah, man. Nah, Ethereum's going back down to 500. Da-da-da. Good things, opinions don't pay bills, right? Outside of that, I mean, you guys know what's going on here, man. We bought the dip at Solana at 100. We're up 100% here. I even picked up some Cardano recently. We picked up Cardano at 0.6. We're up like 40%. I even picked up some Doge. I spread around a lot of profits. Doge, we're up like 50%. Solana. I think Solana's days are numbered because of the meme coins. I think that kind of shit on Solana's parade. So unless they have a shift of character, I think they're going to have a hard time struggling. Outside of that, I mean, Litecoin, I mean, I do think there's going to be a point in time where this explodes. If you want to be a bit higher risk, I mean, I would just literally buy this long as it's above 60, right? Like, I do think there's going to be a day and time where this goes back up to 320. No technical reason, no forecast, no anything like that, right? Just pure fucking squeeze, right? That's what I think. Could I be wrong? Yeah. Do I hold some? Yes. I'm not holding a lot, but from current levels, if we get up there, that's a 200% return, so I'm cool with that. Yeah, Mamba's one of them. You bought Ethereum at the top. You bought Ethereum at the top. You've been averaging down since 2,800. Fun fact, right? I started telling you guys to buy the dip on Ethereum right here. This was the first time we bought the dip. Second time we bought the dip. Third time when I absolutely slammed it. Dumb fucker Mamba said I bought the top here, and said I was just averaging into a loser here. I wonder where he is now. Pretty funny we haven't seen him in a while. Bitcoin, I mean, you guys, again, this is a chart that it makes me mad for y'all. Like I get upset because you guys don't listen. You know what I mean? I know some of you guys do. I'm not going to say all of you guys. I know some of you guys do. But those of you guys have attended these lives over the past 5 years. You can attest to this. I told you to buy Bitcoin at 10 to 15K. I told you guys to buy Bitcoin at 25,000. I told you guys to buy Bitcoin at 30,000. I told you guys to buy Bitcoin at 50,000. I told you guys and I showed you guys how to buy Bitcoin at 72,000, right? Every single time. And if you look at the chart, it's nothing more than a technical reason, right? Why did I buy Bitcoin here? Break and retest. Why did I buy Bitcoin here? Breakout. Why did I buy Bitcoin here? Break and retest. Why did I buy Bitcoin here? Break and retest. I even bought Bitcoin at 72K. I told myself I wouldn't, but I bought 2 Bitcoin for my daughter. I will never touch them, ever. If it comes back down, I will add more for her. But that's her retirement, right? It's a proven fact, right? Year over year, Bitcoin outperforms any other asset. I'm not telling you to go fucking top blast Bitcoin, but I mean, if you look at this chart from a technical standpoint, Bitcoin looks like it's ready for its next fucking massive leg up, right? What do? Resistance, turn support. It's that simple, right? Like, in my opinion, Bitcoin's getting ready for its next leg. How high can it go? I have no clue, right? I have no clue. All I know is keep buying the dip, right? I've been literally buying Bitcoin since down at 500s. I traded fucking Bitcoin for RuneScape party hats like a fucking clown, but Bitcoin has proven to be one of the safest asset classes year over year. Look at this market cap. 2.38 trillion, right? I'm going to tell you why Bitcoin will never fail. Because anybody that understands time, value, and money will never keep their dollar over Bitcoin. If you hold money overnight, you lost money. If you hold Bitcoin overnight, you saved money. Even if you lost money, you saved money in the long term. It's just a fact. Um. Anyway, that's going to conclude the watch list for tonight. I do have time for the giveaways tonight, so let's go ahead and rock out. It's been a while since we've done them, so let's go ahead and get these giveaways crack-a-lackin'. Crack-a-lackin'. It's been a while. Been a while. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. First keyword here is going to be CPI. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. First keyword is CPI. All you got to do is type it one time. Let's go, let's go, let's go. When does the next mentorship start? I don't even know, man. Y'all want me to talk about August? Oh, never mind. Turbo just told me to be quiet. Sorry, I tried, but my manager told me no. I tried. I did. Turbo just whispered, said be quiet. So, you know, don't hate me, okay? Do not hate me. It's a fact. All right, good luck, everybody. Shiva Sujan. Shiva Sujan. Dom, do we have money in a giveaway bank? If not, I'll send it. Do I have money in the giveaway bank? Shiva Sujan. Talk to me. You got until 1 minute here. I know there's a delay on YouTube. Hopefully you're on Kick. But yeah, you got until the 1 minute mark. 1 minute mark. Hi. Hello, how are you? Would you like cash or a free any size Apex account? Dom just said I'm broke as fuck. Need money. God damn. I don't have the giveaway money. Shit. Nah, I'm just kidding. He said we good. Dom, I'm gonna try to figure that out. I just seen your message before that, and that's kind of pissing me off that it's still not working and they're trying to make you do that. It's the second time I asked him to fix it. Shiva, what would you like? Would you like a free any size Apex account or cash? What would you like? First of all, Nightmare Fangs, I'm really curious who said that. Who said that? You typed the message, now you gotta say it. Who said that? I'm very curious. Very, very curious. Uh-oh, what's going on? NQ? Breaking out? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We're about to squeeze, too. Hold on, let me check this giveaway thing real quick. Free Apex? Awesome. Got you right now. Let me go ahead and get that code for you. Dun -dun -dun -dun. All right, let's do one more. I mean, if I don't know what they're referring to when they use the term rat, but any of my cases are still public. I don't have any sealed documents. My DOC number for anybody interested is 208-1033. My state number, like in terms of the county, was 1803426. So you can go do your own research. I've never had a co-defendant on any of my cases, so you're more than welcome to go look. It's actually pretty fun to read. I was 18 years old. They took $72,000 from me and a couple ounces of shit I shouldn't have. Anyway, it's a pretty good read, I'm going to be honest to you. So if you want to take time, 208-1033 is my DOC number. Keyword. Let's make it Bitcoin. Keyword is Bitcoin. We'll run it back. Let's get it. Also, a fun fact, right? A fun fact. There's not a single person in this space that have done what I've done over the past 5 years. There's kids out there right now. I'm not gonna say kids, but there's people out there right now making $500,000 to $1 million plus a month from their community, where there's Discord signals, and they don't give a single dollar back. They don't do anything and to add value or anything like that. And I've been doing it for free for 5 years. I'm not saying that to say anything other than you see where people's true intentions are. A lot of people live for a dollar. I live in my true skin. Money, it's going to come regardless, right? That's a fact. If you live in your true self, you do what you love, money will follow. And I'm living proof of that. My mentees, they don't pay me monthly. They don't pay me anything, to be honest with you. BTC. No, you don't type out the word Bitcoin, just BTC. Why? Oh, I think that's... Bro, Kik keeps posting that mentorship thing, and that's not open. The fuck does it keep doing that? Yeah, that shit is just noise, Nightmare. Makes no sense. Envious of what? I'd love to see everybody win, and I've done everything in my power. To anybody that was close to me, I've done anything in my power to help them win. Like, I'm not going to get into it, but I've really, you know, people that you might even look to turn their lives all the way up. You know what I mean? I don't even say anything about it. You guys, it's like if you know type thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, good luck, everybody. Yorkie in a zone. That's a fucking great winner. That is a minty. Yorkie, what you want? You want some cash or you want an Apex account? Knowing Yorkie, I'm probably going to say the Apex account, so I'm going to go ahead and get the code. You want the Apex account or... What you want, Yorkie? What you want? What you want? Apex, perfect. Got it good. Let's go. Alrighty, you guys. That's going to conclude tonight's live, man. I will see everybody in the morning, as always, bright and early. I trade live on Zoom every single day. Completely free. No paywalls. No gimmicks. Fun fact, we've been on absolute fire the past, 2 months. Last week, caught 300% trades. Caught 200-point trades as well on NQ. We've been on absolute fire lately. It's not going to stay like that forever, and I'm very honest, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, you know what I mean? I'm going to go through a time and period where I suck, right? I'm not going to say I suck, but my win rate's very low. I manage positions poorly. It's just the way it goes. It's just the ups and downs of trading. Right now, I've been on a heater. You know, next month, who knows? Might not be. Yeah, man. But if anybody's got any last-minute questions, now's your time to ask them. I'll hang out for another 5 minutes or so. Not even. But, yeah, if you guys got anything, whether it's trading, business, personal, entrepreneurship, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Whatever you guys got, feel free to ask it. Let's take a futures trade. I would if there was one. I'm not going to lie to you. I did take a trade earlier. I went long off of 23,700. I caught majority of that move. I sold right here. I didn't catch the last little portion, but I did catch a little bit. There's nothing we can do really right now, though. I'll post a link for the live trading right now. It's literally free. All you have to do is click it. You don't have to input your email, your name, your phone number, nothing. Just click it, join, boom, see you in the morning. That's all I gotta say to you. Nothing else you need to do. Click it, join. Do you ever take profits on your crypto? I do, Shay. I have multiple accounts. I use my Ledger for the shit that I'll never sell, and then I use Coinbase, and I've recently started to use Swan because I'm banned from Kraken and Cash App for using stake. But yeah, I have my Ledger, which is offline that I keep all my big holdings in, and then I'll use Coinbase and Swan for swing trading. Any thoughts on Tesla? I think the Tesla chart looks good. I do. But it's got to move. 322.50, 338 are the big levels here. My Ethereum take profit. I already trimmed. I trimmed, what was it, yesterday I posted? The day before. It was up like 180%. That was my first trim. What happened with HD? I'm still lost. Why? If I knew, I would tell you. You guys know that. One week we were in Miami. Everything was cool. We were staying at the same hotel, going out every night. Next week, act like they didn't know me. That's pretty much it. I never got a real reason. I'm not mad about it. Everything happens for a reason. I can't lie. It's probably one of the best things that's happened in my whole career. I'm not going to lie to you. Freedom, peace of mind is priceless. It's priceless. What else we got here? NQ, let's see. Yeah, we're back at these highs though. You know what I mean? So we're either going to see a nice little rejection here or we're going to reclaim and break. In order for me to want to trade, we got to get above these highs. Or we got to pull back, hold, and then catch a nice move. Yeah, BBC, I remember. 100%. Very clean and clear. Yeah, I was never given a reason. I can say this, that they didn't, I'm not going to say, I think I was a little too, I want to say myself, right? I never held back. I spoke my mind. I wasn't a yes man. So I think that definitely caused some problems. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I put my head on the pillow, going to sleep very well, knowing that I did what I was supposed to do when no one else would. This is the thing. You hear things, right? But unless you hear it from a person that is a part of the situation, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, I hear shit about people all the time. I mean, you can't believe it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you from my mouth, right? I don't have a reason. And it's up to you to believe it or not. I'm the person that was involved. Are you going to believe something someone else was saying? I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. I mean, there's nothing against not me telling you, right? Like, it's that simple. Yeah, man. Everything happens for a reason, man, and I stand on that. I do. I do. Adam, I don't speak on anybody publicly, but you've heard me speak on this person before. K Capitals, I would encourage everybody to stay the fuck away. He's the only person to this date that I've kicked out of my mentorship. The guy is a class act piece of shit. I have all the receipts, everything to prove it. I've never in my life kicked anybody else from my mentorship. There's only one person I've kicked from my mentorship, and that was him. The announcement I'm going to make, I don't know, man. What's today? August 10th? Check back in like 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Thought he was valid? Yeah, you thought very wrong. My man is the inspect element and Photoshop king. K Capital did 100K last week. I'll bet you 100K that he didn't make more than 20K last week. He maybe made 100K from his Discord, but you could tell him I said that. I still have his number, right? Like you're talking to somebody that mentored the kid, right? I know he knows how to trade, but he can't. That is a fact. He cannot get out of his own way. That is a fact. Come on. You're talking to the person that taught him how to trade. He paid me for my mentorship, and to this day is the only person that's been kicked out. You're preaching to the wrong person here, man. You know how what Drake said, I know the real you? Like, I know the real you, right? Like, that's a fact. I know the real you. And that goes for a couple other people as well. That's why a couple other people are very quiet, because those skeletons in the closet go very deep. Very mean, ugly, and evil skeletons that would love to come out if the time was right. He offers double your money back on his mentorship. How the fuck can you do that? That right there is the biggest red flag possible. Double your money back for what? You can't guarantee anybody profitability, right? Like, you can't. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. You cannot tell somebody you're going to guarantee them they're going to be profitable. It's impossible. You can give them a 100% win rate strategy, but if they can't manage their emotions, they can't keep risk in check, that's out the window. You can't. That's one thing you can't do. So anybody that says, guarantee this, guarantee that, that is an immediate red flag. Immediate red flag. Anybody that says anything guaranteed when it comes to trading or money back or anything like that, that is the biggest red flag known to mankind. Okay, this isn't fucking Walmart. It's just crazy. Yeah, there's literally zero chance to guarantee anything. Yeah, I mean, let everybody on social media is a billionaire trader. Let them tell it, right? But I guarantee you, as soon as you go to their bio, they got a Discord. Nothing wrong with it, but there is something wrong with lying and acting like you're making money from trading when you don't. There's a difference between investing long term and making money. That doesn't mean you're a good day trader, right? That doesn't mean you're a good, and that's where a lot of people get it fucked up. People like to flash money that they made elsewhere and make it seem like they're trading, so people get attracted to what they did elsewhere, thinking it's from trading, and that's the bait, hook, and sinker. It's called marketing, man. There's people that are trading, and there's people that market. You know, it's sad that a lot of people can't see it, but it is what it is. Trading related question. I'm looking. How do I identify my levels? I mean, I'm not gonna, go over that on YouTube, right? That's a big portion of my mentorship. But like I said, if you pay attention long enough, you go back and watch enough YouTubes, you'll figure it out. I'm not trying to sound like a dickhead or anything, but yeah, I mean, we're strong, right? That's the nature of it. I mean, I've said the same thing all night. Buy the dip and hold. Anyway, I do have to rock out though, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Again, I'll see most of you guys in the morning. So get some rest. I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. As always, man, we'll live trade together. And yeah, man, you guys have a great rest of your night. Peace, everybody. In the morning, let's get to it. Good night, all.